Shalom. Children of the true and living. Children of the true and living. Hold on. Something ain't right. Children of the not picking up my speech. Shalom. I don't even know if it's recording on my thing. They doing all type of crazy stuff, y'all. They doing all type of crazy stuff. For what? It's not even staying up. I don't even know if I'm being heard on here. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. No. Ask me don't do. Okay. Can't get my thing to stay up. This tablet, man. I don't know where to put it. Hopefully it stays put like that. Shalom, y'all. Sorry for the inconvenience. We are going on part 2. This will be part 2, continuation of the breakdown, the body of Joseph, the house of God. Okay, this is going to be a stretched out segment, and why it's going to take some time, because we're talking about the body of God, right? We're talking about the house of God, which is, this entire book, the entire book. So let's deal with the matter. Now, prior to what I was on, dealing with all of this, see what I'm saying? I only got to this part. I didn't even deal with all this yet. I got some more, all right, that I want to get through. You know how this go, me being led by my parents, wisdom being my mother, and knowledge being my father. It don't always go according to plan, I try to, the best way that I can flow is how my mom and dad flow. It's how the Holy Spirit flow. So we're going to get knowledge and understanding from our parents, okay? Your heavenly mother and your heavenly father. And where do I want to start at first? I know where to start. Here it goes. Boy, this is a headache for real. Okay, I know where I want to start. Yeah. Good old Keys of Enoch. Good old Keys of Enoch. And let's start the new songs. I'm going to start with the new songs. If I can find it. Okay, here we go. The new Psalms, since we're going to be dealing with Psalms. So this is the new Psalms in your Keys of Enoch, the Book of Knowledge. And this is what it reads. New Psalms will be sung by the righteous. Listen, O spiritual one, I shall enter the beautiful west. To the shepherds belong all the people who have seen rocks underneath the waters come alive. I have gone as a hawk. I have come out as a phoenix, O morning star. Make a path for me, that I may enter in peace into the beautiful west, the land of the dove reborn. I belong to the waterway of Horus, which connects with the river of crystal of Jehovah. Make a path for me that I may enter and worship the Most High, who gives life to the lords. I want to say that again. Make a path for me that I may enter and worship the eternal one, the ever living, who gives life to the lords. The Lord came with Uriel to earth. They came with Abraham and Joseph to earth. May all recognize they serve the only begotten Son, the Christ, the Lord of life. As for him who is ignorant of these words, he shall not go into the day of resurrection, nor shall he go in after coming out. And the righteous shall sing of themselves, to me belongs a body. To me belongs a body. We hitting on that body, ain't we? Now transformed from the body of the fish of the passing age, which has carried me through the islands of fire and opened to me the throne of the tribune. I have received the form of a dove, that I may walk as a peacemaker and go forth having God with me. I am a shud with white sandals. I am a dove separated from the stormy heavens with the righteous of the earth. For I am on the path of Melchizedek. I went up into the tribunal of the foremost of the Elohim lords. And in their midst I was judged with those in the presence of the members of the realm of the dead. My guardian, who is Michael, stood up with his hands before the Father, and he has seen my benediction. Or my benediction, it is granted that I have power over death and over the darkness of the planetary powers so that I can reign with Christ wherever the Father sends me. The dove appeared over my head when I confessed the living God, the Most High. And my body is now within him as a living soul. I fly up. I have removed the hearts of those who have fringed in their hearts love with hatred. Now I enter the mansion of the foremost of the westerns, who serve as the great white throne in the midst of the earth. The strength of my soul protects me. My family, my children have been properly prepared with the word of the Most High. I spake to those who are to prepare themselves for the council tribunal in the mansion of the foremost of the westerns, which shall reign after the world has been shaken. Get prepared. The Almighty of my salvation is at the right and the left and before my eyes. Be kindly, be Christ-like in this sacred land in which you are, in your office and in these possessions. The spiritual Israel has been reborn. You know what came to mind? Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 9. The last verse of this prayer is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 9. Kid you not. Kid you not. Talking about Israel being reborn. Reborn is the firstborn. The firstborn had to get reborn again. Whole meaning of the pattern. Remember, stay tuned, stay locked in with the patterns that he always give in similitude, right? So, reborn goes hand in hand with firstborn. Goes hand in hand with former and latter. Same thing. Same thing. Different sayings. Same thing, though. It's saying the same thing. You know? And I'm starting to see more and more of why Enoch, just the book of Enoch itself, gets so downplayed, gets so much rejection, because it goes against the knowledge of man. When these religious groups believe that they got it all figured out, when they stumble across a book like Enoch, definitely the keys of Enoch, it threatens them. It threatens their wisdom. It threatens their knowledge. It forces them to go back to the drawing board. And let's be real, men, addressing the men, let's be real. Man ego, their pride, I should say. Pride. Really, ego belongs to women. Pride belongs to men. Their pride gets in the way from them to go back to the drawing board. Henceforth, you get the saying, one of the most famous quotes, one of them, from the Eternal Father. You must become a child all over again. Empty your cup, pour out what you thought you knew, so I can give you my knowledge. Basically, he's telling you to pour out your knowledge so that he can give you his. He can't pour anything. He can't pour his juice into your cup when your cup is already filled with your juice. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. All right. So I'm starting to see why more and more, because these Hebrew camps, just call it out, right? These Hebrew camps, they're not going to accept that, even though it says it in your Bible. This just, it expounds upon it more. It exploits it more. Give you more of a breakdown, give you more of a reason why it says what it says in the Bible. All right? When it's talking about birthright, but the birthright belongs to who? Joseph, right? And then you got a book like the Keys of Enoch telling you that Joseph is the inner priesthood, meaning the spiritual priesthood, which will be Melchizedek. Okay? You have the Levitical, and then you have the Melchizedek. What people don't understand is Melchizedek, okay, was the law that Moshe physically gave. What do I mean by that? What do you mean physically gave? How did he physically give it? Well, who was next to him? Who has been his understudy? Ain't nothing new under the sun. What Joshua was to Moshe is what just about every so-called Black African American is to an old head. An old is youngins is what they call somebody that's older and give them advice on life. They'll call them old head, or they'll call them their elder or OG. That's my OG. That's all Moshe was to Joshua. So Joshua was representing the Melchizedek order in your Old Testament. They give it to you with some different sauce in the New Testament. This is why the Father told Ezekiel to put both the sticks together, the Old Testament and the New, so confusion will be thrown away. So confusion will be thrown away. But our people don't seem to get that. Right? We don't seem to get that. We struggle with that, whatever the case may be. But we're about to get cooking on a lot of stuff, right? So let's hop into the body. And it also marks in there that Joseph is the spiritual landmark of Israel. It's the spiritual Israel. That's what's being reborn. Once again, Jeremiah 31:9. Okay? The body of Joseph, part 2. Psalms 74, chapter 74, 1 through 4. Let's get it. Let's get Psalm 74. If y'all hear screaming kids, I got 3 wild boys. All right, 3 wild bulls on me. 74, Psalm 74, 1 through 4. And it reads this. And remember, let me reiterate before I continue. We're going off of keywords. So I like to help. This is the way of me helping. I teach them just helping. Shepherd, flock. Okay, these are some of the clues and patterns that you're going to be hearing me read through these precepts. This is how you line them up. Shepherd, flock, right? Soon you're going to be hearing ox, right? Oh God, why hast thou cast us off forever? Why doeth thy anger smoke against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation, which thou hast purchased of old. Of old. That's another one too. That's a big one. Of old. Okay, you're gonna gotta catch that pattern in that riddle too. The rod of thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt. Lift up your feet unto the perpetual desolations, even all that the enemy had done wickedly in the sanctuary. Okay. Thy enemies roar in the midst of your congregations. They are set up. Their ensigns for signs. Let's go on. It's gonna drive off a little bit. But within the body, break down the body, I just happen to run across prophecy. You see, when we read this Bible, you think that only the main prophets is given prophecy. In Jeremiah, Daniel, and Ezekiel, and Isaiah. No. The Most High there's nothing but prophecy in here throughout the entire book. Definitely in Psalms and in Proverbs, right? This is one right here in verse 4. Listen to that again. I want y'all to listen to it again. Thy enemies roar in the midst of your congregations. They set up their ensigns for signs. They set up their ensigns for signs. This is what he means too. A precept that go along with this is until the fulfillment of the Gentiles. All right. So all what they're doing, all what you are seeing right now, all what's going down, whether stuff going on with celebrities like Diddy and all the propaganda, give it to you short, right? And propaganda just don't have to deal with celebrities. Nah, the world, Craig, the world is a stage. Okay, the world is a stage. So definitely according to them, because they believe that they're God. So everything that they project on into our minds for these eyes to see, because they know we ain't gonna look at it from here first. We're gonna look at it with these and be like, oh my God. And these are the sensors for fear. When we look, I'm gonna say that again. When we look with these, it activates fear. That's why they got this blocked off. They don't want you using this right here. They want you using these. And these are fear. So let's go to Lamentations. Let's go to Lamentations. With that being said. Now they know how to slide it on you real good. Let's go to Lamentations. Isaiah. Yes, Isaiah. Where is it? Yeah, Proverbs, Psalms. Oh, Lamentations is right. Am I tripping? Yeah, Proverbs. There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going crazy. So the books be like hidden within the book itself. Okay. After Jeremiah. So Lamentations 2 and 6. And this is what it reads. And he had violated, and he had violently taken away his tabernacle, as if it were of a garden. He had destroyed his palace, his place of the assembly. The Most High had caused the solemn feasts and the Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion, and had despised in the indignation of his anger the king and the priest. The Most High had cast off his altar. He had aborted his sanctuary. Okay. He had given up into the hand of the enemy the walls of her places, the walls of her palaces. They have made a noise in the house of the Most High, as in the day of a solemn feast. Go with me to Psalms 78. Psalm 78, right? We're going to hop. So I'm going to start at verse 40, 41, 60, 67. Okay. How often did they provoke him in the wilderness? How often did they provoke him in the wilderness. I told y'all, I wouldn't dare, right? Wouldn't dare try to send my people off, because I know what my people think right off the top. All this, he got his own doctrine. He's speaking blasphemy, saying that Joseph is the Holy One or the Most High. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. All right? Because this part right here, I'm about to show you just what this precept, verse 40, is saying in here. You see it? I recommend you to get it if you can. If you can. If you can. Amazon told me and my wife that even though they knew we purchased these books, it wasn't going to be a guarantee that we was going to receive them. I'm going to show you why. Amazon said something crazy like that. Okay? About to show you why. How often did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert? Yea, they turned back and tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel. Now, this part right here, okay? This part right here, let's go to it. Who we talking about? See, when it's record upon record, right? When you can find precept upon precept, line upon line, I'm pretty sure this is pretty important for the people to know who the Holy One is. Who the Holy One is. Why would the Most High set it up like that if it wasn't? Then we can't be hypocrites and turn around and tell so-called white people, well, why does the color matter? Or feel some type of way when we say to them, or when they say to us, why does the color matter? Now that they found out that the Messiah was this color. And they say, well, why does the color matter? And then we get offensive. Right? So it's the same thing here, Jack. It's the same thing. Matter of fact, it ain't the same. It's more important. Way more important. Because this ain't dealing with stupid skin color. It's dealing with the spirit. So, this right here, y'all see this? Y'all see this? What is highlighted? I'm about to read to you. Joseph's coat was the holy tonic of the priest. The holy tonic of the priest. This is before Exodus, y'all. We're talking about the foundation, right? Let's get to where I just wanted to point that out. And the precept to that is in your Keys of Enoch, the book of knowledge. You think he just had the holy tonic for no reason? It's holy, right? Because he represents the inner priesthood. Now you see why the keys of Enoch tells you that he's the inner priesthood. This is why he was wearing the holy tonic. That was his coat for the higher priesthood. So let's go. The Melchizedek, right? The Melchizedek. So you'll really know who's really up under that Melchizedek order when they know who the Holy One is. And they don't reject this knowledge. They don't reject this truth. That's when you find out. But let's go. I put this on a book before. But you know, I don't know if Facebook doing any things that or I don't know if my people just don't care to know. You know, I don't know which one it is. Facebook could be blocking, or it's the people not really caring to know. But I'm gonna do it for the few. Moshe took Joseph's bones and wrapped them up in a sheepskin. This is why you get in Psalms 74 the sheep of your pasture, right? Wrapped them up in a sheepskin, upon which the name of the Most High was written. The dead bones in the skin then came to life again, and assuming the form of a sheep, it followed the camp. Joseph's bones. What he asked him to do? Surely, what he say? Surely the Most High will visit you. Oh, I know for sure. I'm him. I know for sure he gonna be there. Yeah. Just make sure you get my bones. Yeah, he gonna be right there with you. Guarantee. All you gotta do is get my bones. Don't forget them. It followed the camp of Israel during their wanderings through the wilderness. So that him is who? You see what your Bible did? You see what they did? Do you, y'all, I can't explain. I can't put it into words. It's too monumental to store up in one's brain. It's too monumental. It's too tremendous. This is what he means. Y'all haven't known me. Y'all don't know me because y'all don't even know who y'all are. Y'all don't know what y'all are to me. Y'all don't know that y'all are me. Just broken up in little bitty pieces. Here and there. The enemy, the adversary, has God's body scattered abroad. Yeah, this war is way bigger than us, but we are in it, those who are the body of him. That's what this war is about. That's why they're trying to give you the funny shot. That's what it's all about. He wrapped up the bones of Joseph, written the name of God, right? And the sheep, y'all, we got our people believing that God himself wouldn't even come down off the throne for us. He had just sent his angels to do the work. Y'all, don't y'all know the accounts in heaven and what transpired? See, most wouldn't know because most don't dwell or don't want to be bothered with the keys of Enoch or the book of Enoch, for that matter. So you wouldn't know. But in case you forgot, Dirty Draws would sit down here with what? How many angels again? So we just gonna forget the first account before this all began? We're gonna forget that? So what I'm trying to do is get through y'all scope and start using as the thought forms of the living God. How do you think God, the ever-living God, perceived that? You didn't think he had a backup plan of his own? Which was, what is that saying again? If you want the job done right, you gotta do it yourself. That is the teachings of the Eternal One. If you want it done right, you and you alone must do it yourself. We got our people still believing that God never came down off his throne for his people. He didn't only come down the throne for his people. He gave his people his children. I'm going to say that again. He didn't only come down, pay attention, for his people. He gave his people his children. There will I offer you bullocks of righteousness, sacrifices of righteousness, not burnt offerings. The priesthood of Melchizedek. He wandered in the wilderness with them. What is Psalm 78, verse 40? What did it say? He often did. Oh, how often did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieved him in the desert? He was right there. He was closer to the people than they knew. He was right there. And guess who knew it? Moshe. Moshe. Yea, they turned back and tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel. Verse 60. All right. Then we're going to go back. Salaki, to Psalm 74. Right? Verse 60. So that he forsook the tabernacle of Shiloh, the tent which he placed among men. 67. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph, replaced Joseph with Shiloh, and chose not the tribe of Ephraim. See, when Judah hear this, they think, yeah, see, David wasn't. Slow down. Because you missing the mark. Slow down. Are you King David followers? Slow down. Okay. What does it say right here? Oh God, why hast thou cast us off forever? Why doeth thy anger smoke against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation, which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt. Lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolation, even all that the enemy had done wickedly in the sanctuary. Right? So, such in a violent manner, it says, he removed himself. He's no respecter of persons. So for the longest, we were being without our Father. For the longest. Because we have, and still to this day, disobedient children. Rebellious children. Still to this day. All right. So let's continue to cook. Or, yeah, the violently part, right? The violent part. Lamentations. That's what I meant to go back to. Lamentations, the violent part. He says, and he had violently taken away his tabernacle. Whose tabernacle? The tabernacle of Joseph. Shiloh, where the congregation is assembled. You see who it belongs? The Bible is telling you. I'm not telling you. The Bible is telling you. And yet and still, we have the people going against the doctrine of the living God and still staying stuck with the doctrine of men, the doctrine of organized religion. This is why they can't even they don't talk about Joseph in religion. Not like they do Jesus. They can't. They can't. He don't fit. He's too real. All right? Real meaning spiritual. He's too real. So you can't mix so much. You can't. He's too much truth. And he had violently taken away his tabernacle as if it were of a garden. He had destroyed his places of his assembly. The Most High had caused the solemn feasts and Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion. I can speak with so much confidence of knowing who it is because I did the homework. What the Bible don't tell you is what he did in the house of Egypt. He made the Sabbath known, his laws known in the house of Pharaoh. If that ain't God-like or something that only the great and terrible can do, you tell me who in the Bible. Huh? You can't say Jesus, right? He didn't go into those sanctuaries and make them and establish the 10 Commandments. No. Did he tear stuff up because they wasn't listening? Yeah. But we're talking about, look at the differences, right? This is what blows my mind when cats just see Jesus, 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 Jesus. And you, how is it possible that you ain't seeing Joseph? How is that possible? He went into a foreign country, and this is spiritual, by the way, because it's in the same area. All this happened in the same area. He went into an organized religion, or you might say into a different spiritual realm, a different house that worship different sets of gods. Ain't no telling what's going on in that house of Pharaoh. Ain't no telling. But what did he establish in that house of Pharaoh? What did he establish? The Sabbath. The Sabbath. They were trying to force their laws on him, and he flipped it on their head. How is that anything less than what Jesus? I need my people to really help me out on this. You know how great, matter of fact, I want one of any Hebrew Israelite, right? Camps in particular. I want one of y'all to go to the house of the Muslims, Buddha, Catholic, any of those houses, and establish the word of the living, the law. I want y'all to attempt that. Attempt it. Attempt the Egyptian. Somebody that follow Egyptology. Attempt it. See how good that goes for you. Because I don't see it happening at all. So it says, and had despised the indignation of his anger, the king and the priests. Like, y'all. So let's go with that. I want to go to Numbers. Now we're really going back. Let's go to Numbers. Let's go back. Let's go to Numbers, right? Allergies. They doing so much this weather be having your allergies change up on you, drop of a head. Okay. Numbers 14 and 9. And this right here is such a breakdown. It says, only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of the Most High appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And the Most High said unto Moshe, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? How long, Israel? How long, huh? How long? How long are we going to keep this up? How long will the people be in error in believing in me? For all the signs which I have showed among them, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. And Moshe said unto the Most High, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in your might from among them. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that the Most High art among this people, that thou, O Most High, art seen face to face, and that your cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness. We told you it was in the wilderness, right? Why them bones were so crucial? Why them bones were so key to Israel's success? Why the bones were so key to Israel's success out of getting out of Egypt, out of Exodus? Not Jesus Christ. The bones of Joseph, was key like it is today, the former and the latter? Because the Lord was not able to bring his people into the land which he sware unto them. Therefore, he has slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of the Almighty be great according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people, according unto the greatness of your mercy. And as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt, even until now. And the Most High said, I have pardoned according to your word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Most High. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. This is just the Most High talking. It ain't me talking. But my servant Caleb, because he had, this is the key verse. This is the key. Ready? I want y'all to get ready for the egg that I'm about to drop. I'm about to drop this egg on y'all real quick. Hold on. I'm going to get some water for this. Let me get some water. Hold on. Verse 24. Pay close attention. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, it's going to reveal to you, and precept by precept, line by line, it's going to reveal to you who that spirit is. And had followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelled in the valley. Tomorrow will turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Most High spake unto Moshe and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Almighty. It's like you. As ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcass shall fall in this wilderness, and all that numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me, doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save, here it goes, this is the precept of verse 24, save Caleb, we know his father's name, the son of, I don't know how to pronounce that, so slack, and Joshua, the son of Nun. Now let's go back up to 24. Let's go back up to verse 24. Who was with Caleb? But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him. Who was with him? Joshua, the son of Nun. Wait, that could be talking about something else. That could be something else. Could be referring to something else right there. Oh, yeah? You sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Let's see if you're right. Let's see. Numbers 27. The Spirit. The Spirit. The Spirit. Why would the so-called New Testament Joshua, what Jesus, Joshua, right? Greek, Joshua is Jesus. In Greek terms, right? Why would he be greater than the Joshua here? Why would he be greater? That don't make any sense. The Spirit of God was living within him. He was referred to just right there as the Spirit. As the Spirit. Right? So what would make Jesus greater? Numbers 27, verse 18. And the Lord said unto Moshe, take thee Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay thy hand upon him. The Spirit was already within him. The Spirit was already within him. The Most High has already ordained him from the beginning. So when you go back, right? When you go back to verse 24, chapter 14 in Numbers, it tells you what? But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him and had followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Utah, Judah, Utah. Caleb was with who again? Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. Joshua, the son of Nun. Yehoshua. The one that came in his father's name, not his own. What's the importance? What's the importance? Okay? What's the importance of Joshua being exposed or being expounded on? Because what's his lineage? What's his tribe? Ephraim, right? His tribe is Ephraim. So we just talking about in totality the body of him, the house of God, the body of Joseph, the house of God. Who was the Spirit? See, religion, what they had done is they was well aware, like the book of Eli tells you or shows you, they was well aware what this what power this contained, especially over the people that they wanted to rule or have perpetual war with. Since the day you come out of the womb, you are subjugated to war. That's what this is. Not subjugated to slavery, subjugated to war. They told the whole slavery story for us to eat that up. And just run with that for eternity. Now we're continuing on chapter 14 in Numbers, and we're going to hit another critical part, right? He says this, but your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. Woo! Look at that prophecy right there. And not all you so-called who y'all think y'all African Americans, and you Hebrew camps, isn't these the lands that y'all despise? Are these not the lands that ye reject? Because you reject knowledge, so you are very foolish in your teachings and in your ways. Like I said, once again, now I understand more why the keys of Enoch, or Enoch in general, is rejected. Because it goes against y'all doctrine. The keys of Enoch tells you that this is the holy place, that these are the sacred lands. That's what the keys of Enoch tell you. But you let man tell you, you let these other groups, camps, whatever, you let them tell you, what are they going to tell you? Oh, this is the great Babylon. This is the mighty whore that got to get blown up by all the other nations. Not knowing the dealings of the adversary. Shalom, see you, sis. So that's what we got going on here. All right. He says, I'm going to get that again. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcass, they shall fall in the wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms until your carcass be wasted in the wilderness. After all this is prophecy right here. When he's speaking of wilderness, we got to start thinking on a broader scale. The wilderness is this entire country. The United States of America is the wilderness. Okay? So we're in a big, monumental wilderness. And he says, after the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise, and ye shall know my breach of promise. I told y'all who was in the desert with them, right? The one who gave the oath. I, the Most High, have said, I will surely do it unto you, or unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and they shall die. And the man which Moshe sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land, even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Most High. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of the name I can't pronounce, don't matter, which were of the man that went to search the land, lived still. And Moshe told these sayings unto the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and gat them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Most High have promised, for we have sinned. And Moshe said, wherefore now do you transgress and transgress the commandment of the Most High? But it shall not prosper. Go not up, for the Most High is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Most High. Therefore, the ever-living will not be with you, but they presume to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant, okay, the ark of the covenant of the Most High, and Moshe departed not out of the camp. Now, interesting enough, this Bible don't give me the same precepts. And this is my old one. This is my 2019 one when I first woke up and got it, right? It don't give me the same precepts that this one does, right? And this one gives me the precepts. Let's go to Numbers. Of where I'm headed to next. So you go to Numbers. Exodus, verse 44. Yeah, verse 44 in Exodus. I got chapter 33 in Exodus. Chapter 33 in Exodus, in verse 11, right? Because the part where it says, but they presume to go up unto the hilltop, nevertheless the ark, okay? So highlight the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and Moshe departed not out of the camp. The camp in the ark, right? So we got Exodus chapter 33, verse 11. And it reads this. Here we go. We're going to touch on Joshua again. Okay? So it reads, and the Most High spake unto Moshe face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp, but his servant Joshua, son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. Let's get another account. Exodus 19 and verse 16. Exodus 19 verse 16. And it reads this. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp, trembled. Right? Let's read that again. With Joshua. All the people that were in the camp. And the Lord spake unto Moshe face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. Okay. And Moshe brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God. See? And they stood at neither part of the mount. Okay. See, what they tried to do was confuse you. Let's go. That's why he said precept upon precept, line upon line, right? Because what they did, how they assembled this Bible, is for confusion purposes. 11 and 9. And the Most High said unto Moshe, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. 3 and 19. All these are mysteries of what he's breaking down. 3 and 19. No, that's not what I want. 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 I want 4 Deuteronomy. I want Deuteronomy 4. Deuteronomy 4 and 10. 4 and 10. Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord your God in Horeb, when the Most High said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of the heaven, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. And the Most High speak unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the Most High, the voice of the words, but saw no similitude. Only ye heard a voice. Right? And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments. And he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. Two tables of stone. Okay. And we're gonna get it right here. We're gonna get it right. Who are we talking about? We're about to hit home right here. We're about to hit home. And the Most High commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land where ye go over to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Most High spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image. Most High don't know his people, huh? And that's exactly what we have done. Right? He went from white to black. He went from white to black. And it changed the names. Y'all just calling him Yahweh Shah HaMashiach instead of Jesus Christ. That y'all are still falling suit, right, of the similitude of what he said not to do. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that filleth the air, or flieth, that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth, and lest thou lift up thy eyes. Verse 19, here we go. This is going to open up all you need to know. All you need to know right here. Right here. All you need to know. Unless thou lift up thy eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun, here we go again. Remember I said, pay attention to patterns, right? That's how he speaks, in patterns. What's that saying? I got it in my head right now, but I can't get it. Repetition is the father of learning. Get it? Is the father of learning. Who's the father? Repetition is the father of learning. The sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, should be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Most High God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. This is the body of him who have the dream. Let's get the account. Let's get the account. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Let's get it. The body of him who had the dream. Right? And we went over this. This is, of course, Joseph telling his brethren his dream, and then he told his father, and this is what happens. This is what he says. Then Joseph dreamed another dream, how the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bowed down before him. And Jacob, to whom he told it first, was rejoiced over it, for he understood its meaning properly. He knew that he himself was designated by the sun, the name by which God had called him when he lodged overnight on the holy site of the temple. All right. He had heard God say to the angels at that time, the sun has come. The moon stood for Joseph's mother, and the stars for his brethren. For the righteous are as the stars. Jacob was so convinced of the truth of the dream that he was encouraged to believe that he would live to see the resurrection of the dead, for Rachel was dead and her return to earth was clearly indicated by the dream. So you can't take, right here it tells you that you can't take his dream and put it into this world. Not according to Jacob's understanding. You can't do that. That's not that's not what Jacob talking about here. No, that wasn't his interpretations of what he understood properly. He understood it properly, right? Let's go. Let's get this part. Now we're going to talk. We just talked about the head. Now we're about to talk about the body. This is what he first told his brother. Once Joseph dreamed a dream, and he could not refrain from telling it to his brethren. He spoke and said, "Here, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. Behold, you gather fruit, and so do I. Your fruit rotted, but mine remains sound. Your seed will set up dumb images of idols, but they will vanish at the appearance of my descendant, the Messiah of Joseph. You will keep the truth as to my faith from the knowledge of my father, but I will stand fast as a reward for the self-denial of my mother, and you will prostrate yourselves 5 times before me." But let's focus on him saying this right here. "Here, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed, behold, you gather fruit, and so do I. Your fruit rotted, but mine remains sound." Right? He says, where's another one right here? But when Joseph urged them again and again, they gave heed to him, and they said, "Shalt thou indeed reign over us, or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us?" Right? And God put interpretation into their mouths that was to be verified in the posterity of Joseph. Jeroboam and Jehu, 2 kings, and Joshua and Gideon, 2 judges, have been among his descendants, corresponding to the double emphatic expressions used by his brethren in interpreting the dream. Right? Now, here, in the Bible, let's get the account in the Bible. Let's get the account in the Bible. This is what it reads in the Bible. Genesis 37. Verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age. But that wasn't the reason why he loved him. They just put that in there. He made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him, right, he made a coat of many colors. He knew who he was, right? This is why this right here, the Legend of the Jews, what I'm reading to you, makes more sense. Right? So it reads this. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. And Joseph dreamed another dream, and he told his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we are binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and he also stood upright. And behold, your sheaf stood round about, and made obedience to my sheaf. I'm going to leave y'all off with this. Verse 19, Deuteronomy, chapter 4, right? This is the precept of it. Unless thou lift up thy eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Most High, your power, have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. What was his dream? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. His dream was, he dreamed yet another dream and told his brethren and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obedience to me. Meaning, he's the head and we're the body of him. I will be back with a part 3 and a solid breakdown of more, Most High willing. But my phone is about to literally die on me. Till next time, y'all. It's been great. It's been wonderful. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy, Chief Nini, Chief Beya, at it again. The Prince of the Almighty. Peace and prosperity to your households. Shalom. Shalom.